Работы, представленные здесь, это работы, которые были сняты и Петерсеном, и Соболем в разные годы. То есть это не специально для Вен производились эти снимки, но они объединили в их единый такой проект, единый объединенный смыслом, ощущениями. Да, и они очень интересно говорят друг с другом, то есть вот процесс работы, то есть развески, в зависимости от того, какая картина с какой комбинируется, совсем другой смысл новый приобретается, совсем другие значения.
Is close to me.
In picture.
No. You know, in many ways, in his pictures, of course, but also in the way he's focusing, and the way he can discipline himself in doing things. It's unbelievable, you know. It's all about longings, you know, his pictures, and I can really identify myself with that. You know, there is really no pictures without longings. And, this is what I feel when I look at his pictures. And I've always felt like that. I met him, you know, in the beginning of the, in the end of the 90s. End of the 90s. In Fata Morgana in Copenhagen, you know. And, you know, he was not so old at that time. And then after a while he developed his very distinct and special personal temperament style, you know. And it's really, I know how it's very, very difficult to focus the way he is doing. He's so focused, and it's not just, you know, a kind of laid-back photography. It's more kind of attack and very direct, like that.
In the process of creating the images, we of course we work separately. Each of our pictures is from different projects, different cities around the world. So I mean the collaboration began when we were editing the pictures, putting them together, and making this book called Veins. So to me, yeah, it was a different experience because normally the book or the piece is my signature alone, and in this case we kind of had to create a dialogue between the pictures as well. So that was the challenge. I love him. I mean, he's a lovely person, and I've known him for since I started photographing. I started 15 years ago, and I had a workshop with him 15 years ago, and from then I've been communicating with him about my projects and what I've been doing and so on. So to me it's a great pleasure, also because he has been a great inspiration for me, and his former teacher, Christer Strömholm. So I feel that we are connected to the same family tree. Also the school I'm educated from in Copenhagen, Fata Morgana, is founded or inspired by Christer Strömholm's photo school in Stockholm. So it's all connected somehow.
We are two different personalities. Even if I feel very much the same as him, I am from another generation. I've been around longer than him. So one way is to have an exhibition like that, to separate our pictures, you know. And another way is to make a puzzle.
There are no titles and authors.
No.
I recognize?
You don't need that. No, you don't need that. What you need is the visual impact. This is what's so important. To write under this is Antoine and this is Guarma doesn't mean anything really. I mean, it means for me, but I already know. So I just want to make a visual expression, you know, a visual thing. That's all.
To me, both of our works is very personal, and I think our personalities come out through the pictures. But it's difficult for me to explain how someone will be able to tell the difference. Maybe some people won't, and obviously some people will feel the difference. But I mean that is up to the viewer to answer that question.
Veins is something very, you know, body-like, but also it's a symbol for being close and under the skin.
I mean, we were brainstorming for a title that could connect us somehow, and the main exhibition we made in Riga was with kind of Anna's collage work in the middle, and my work was surrounding his work in a circle around. So for me, the veins was also one thing. Is the content of the pictures. Veins is where the blood runs through our body and makes us feel alive and so on. And the other thing was that the whole exhibition was built out around the title in this way, that I was surrounding his work and so on. So here it has been a bit more difficult because of the space is different, of course, than the one we used in Riga. But still we tried to make a connection between the work, and so Anna's work is separated into two vacuums and mine in the middle. So in this case, his work is kind of surrounding mine.
Главное, что за внешней виновностью, может быть, как бы работы, стоит очень для нас глубокая мысль о том, что мы, рассматривая эти работы, задумываемся о жизни. Прежде всего, о жизни такой, которая проходит где-то параллельно нашей жизни, которую мы, может быть, даже стараемся не замечать. Поэтому эта выставка очень хороший пример того, что, на что нужно смотреть и то, что нужно действительно переживать.